What's up, guys? Steven here today, and today I wanted to talk to you about the nature of reality. The way I'm going to break this down is essentially how I kind of figured it out a while ago, which is being able to see the objective reality, the subjective reality, and then by being able to consciously take apart those two things, see the game changer that is your choice to make, or your choice to essentially define your reality. So your belief, or as I like to put it, your own interpretation of reality itself. So your way of reframing your mind, right, which is putting your own interpretation on a series of events, right? So let's get into it. So essentially, how it came to me a while back was objective reality is being able to see how essentially it's seeing the object at its root, devoid of the labels. So, for example, this is an object, right? This is an object. The thing that I'm speaking to that's recording me is an object, right? This is an object. There's something I'm sitting on is an object. The shirt is an object, right? And the point is, objective reality is essentially seeing there is an object there, right? That's being objective, meaning you see it at its root. Like you can say maybe on the physical layer of reality itself, and because of that, it becomes fact. What you say becomes fact because you can't really, you can't word away the fact that there are objects there, that these are different objects. You cannot, you cannot essentially, word it away. They are there, and that cannot, no matter what you want to call it, it's still true. And that's what truth is, right? It's a fact, meaning it's true, meaning the object is there, and you cannot change that. You cannot debate that, right? Now, subjective reality is essentially the fucking game changer because it's the thing that really shapes your perception and essentially actually shapes your relationship with the fucking object. I'll say my spiel on it, and I'll also introduce a picture from a blog. I might also even just put the link of the blog post that I made a while back that kind of talks about your mind and how, like, what it looks like when you energetically interface or interact or make a real spiritual, a real connection with something, whether it's an external object, another mind, another life form, etc. Right? But essentially, subjective reality is the label that you place upon the object. It's what you call the thing, right? And the reason why there's a subtle nuance in it, but it's fucking key. Like, it's literally the thing that defines your success or your failure is because your subjective reality has to be in sync with truth itself. Meaning, like, say this example. This is a remote, right? We call this a remote. And by that statement, by that choice, by that label, we're essentially fine-tuning the way we have a relationship with this remote. Meaning, because we call it remote, in our mind, the functions that are available to us when it comes to interfacing or interacting with the remotes are very limited. Meaning, in our mind, all it does is we can only press the buttons on there, right? We can only maybe pick it up, maybe twirl it, etc. But why this is important is because other options are not available, meaning you're not going to think about taking the remote and putting it in your mouth and trying to eat it. Or you're not going to think about taking the remote and trying to fucking write something with it, right? The label truly defines the relationship with the object, the relationship that you have with the object, the way you interact with the fucking object. Another example is fucking the couch, for example, right? If you call something a couch, right? In your mind, the options available of interacting with the couch are limited to just sitting on it or putting things on it. But can you imagine if you call the couch food, how it would directly or instantaneously change your reality and the way you see it? All of a sudden now you'd want to like eat the fucking couch, put sauce on it and try to like drink it or like all this crazy shit that do not go in sync with its actual potential, with what it's actually able to do. So the fucking labels that you place on something, the name that you call something, are so fucking important because they define the subjective reality. They define the lens through which the options available to you, the options apparent to your mind become, right? So now, you see how essentially a sound or a fruitful subjective reality goes in sync with a sound or fruitful subjective reality goes in sync with its objective reality, meaning it doesn't embellish or it doesn't diminish the fucking object. It's just there. It calls it what it is. And this is why people win and people lose. Because people lie to themselves. Say someone fucks up, right? Say someone does. And say someone does something bad, and then they try to justify it to themselves by saying it's good. Now, in their mind, they're trying to do something that's just not true. And that's what the basis of truth is. That's how you can fucking essentially define or build the groundwork for logic and like ethics and moral. If something is truthful, it goes in sync with its objective nature. And objectively, it's always grounded in the physical world, right? Now, faith, other things, those are other matters. But in reality, they are not, because faith can also be tested. It's a true phenomenon that occurs. This idea of the force or life force or energy, it is palpable and it's very real to us. And on some level, we all know it. We just don't know how to like relate it because it permeates in every facet of life. And so it's not even a question of can we prove it? It's more like pick your cake, so to speak. Like, how do you want to prove it today? Do you want to prove it in math? Do you want to fucking prove it in science? Do you want to prove it in biology? Do you want to prove it in tech? Like, how do you want to prove it? So that's pretty much why it's such a beautiful thing, right? Now, something else I wanted to mention is there are things that I call the fucking immutables, meaning you, no matter what you say, you can't ever fucking change what it is, right? Things like fucking rape or murder or, theft. Like, just the simple fucking biblical shit, to say the least. And the reason why they're immutables is because those things are just what they are. And the moment when you start trying to change what it is, the moment you stop calling a spade, that's when you fucking start losing. Because now you start you're at that moment putting an imprint in your mind that it's okay to essentially create a false reality, a false narrative, something that is not true. And so that's why, as they say, big failures always begin with the small failures, the small moments. Those game-changing moments when you decide consciously to make the wrong decision, right? And then it creates a precedent where now it's easier and easier and easier for you to make those bad decisions. And then later on in your life, you become this person that you never thought you could be, and your potential is massively, massively stunted as a result. And the quality of life that you have is far from what you could have had you just done the right thing, right? So always just keep it simple. Leave the immutables what they are, and just like try to avoid fucking up your karma, as gay as that sounds. And like, it really is the simplest way of life. It's like the simplest way of thinking about it, because it's very practical. I mean, obviously, we all know that everything that we get is a result of something we did, right? So it just makes sense that by being good and doing the right thing, good things will happen to you. The seeds that you planted by doing the right things come to blossom as experiences that we call happiness, and vice versa for suffering. That by doing the wrong things, making bad decisions, blossom and ripen to the experiences that we know as suffering. So, as I told this kid while playing soccer, the quicker you play with karma, the faster you'll be, because it just streamlines all your fucking decisions. It becomes your North Star. And now, it really fucking helps in situations where it's a murky ground. Where, for example, this girl's like, dominate me, rape me, do all this shit. And like society is like, yeah, girls have fetishes and they fantasize about this shit. But what they err to tell you is that the reason why that happens is because most rape victims essentially felt so devoid of any free will or any power that they literally believe, falsely misguided by other people who are maybe ignorant, who are maybe trying to keep them as their slaves. Literally, meaning they give this person false information. So now this person, this girl, this boy even, essentially keep fucking up their lives. And then when shit doesn't happen, they run back to him. And this person just gives them maybe 1% of good information, just enough to solve that momentary problem. But it's still a solution that's not long term. So it works for that moment, but then it still fucks up their life. And then they keep running back to them. And it creates that loop. And on top of that, literally some rape victims believe that the only way of essentially healing themselves from such traumatic situations is essentially recreating that scenario. And then now, because it's happening again by choice, in some way they're gaining power over the situation, which is so fucking fucked up and backwards when you think about. But it's literally people who don't know any better and who are just wounded and dealing with their pain. So you as like the good dude, fucking the swaggy ass conscious operator, gotta be like, sup, girl? How's it going? And then like you show her a good time and you're good. Like you essentially rekindle that hope in her that there's still fucking good dudes out there that don't do fucked up shit like that. And by you being that guy, she's able to essentially find her feminine self again. She's able to essentially be that flower that blooms. She's able to let go of all those emotional traumas, that heavy negative energy, right? And it's a process. And I'm not saying you have to do it every time, but I'm saying that knowing that, what I just told you now, it gives you more perspective and it gives you a greater chance or a greater reason to essentially think about yourself and think about how your actions can impact someone. How instead of just stupidly running into or stupidly taking on that dominant role when someone is asking for it, even though your heart, your soul is fucking saying this is like the wrong note to play right now. It gives you strength to actually play the right note, to actually be more empathetic, to be slow and sensual, and more listening to the vibes and the frequency of the body of the girl, to be more in touch with her feminine needs than what her mouth is telling her, right? Because we're all wounded birds. And sometimes we don't always have the best solutions to heal scars and things like that. Especially if like we even don't listen to people that have or have the best intentions in mind for us, or that really want to help us, because maybe they're not part of our inner circle, or maybe because they go against the grain of our inner circle. So always be aware of that. And remember that at the end of the day, it's like it says in the fucking Bible, like, he's like, I know what all those other niggas said, but who do you say that I am? Right? It's always like, it's all on you. The onus is always on you. The ball is always in your court, right? So if you keep that in mind and you always strive to make the best choice, the good choice, strive to listen to your fucking heart and soul above anything else, not giving a fuck what anyone will say. Call you weak, call you gay, call you feminine, blah, 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 and just do the right thing. You'll be mind blown how not only will you help that person change, like you will literally instantaneously see that person change because you're calling upon another part of herself. You'll make her even wet. You'll still make her wet in ways she never even thought was possible. Like, she'll go back to that natural wetness. But then you also give her the strength to make better decisions and more right choices in her life. That might inspire other people in her life to do the same, who inspire other people. And then it just becomes this massive domino effect, like fucking wave of like an entire community, just entire generation saved in an instant because you went the right way instead of going the wrong way. So always fucking think about that and always strive to see the objective reality. And I think I'm glad I started with that because it's almost like listening to music as opposed to telling or taking the opinions of others of what constitutes good music. Because you know what good music is. You can feel it in your fucking bone. And when you go by that instinct above anything else, it's almost like reality always helps you, right? So that was a lot, and I kind of wanted to that pretty much ties into the last part that I mentioned, which is it's always about your interpretation of things. It's always about how ultimately you make use of that data, how you make use of that information. You see the objective reality, and then you also see maybe the subjective reality placed upon it. Now, what do you choose to do, right? And me, for example, I've personally come to see, like, literally, it's almost like when you're striving to be fucking doing the right shit all the time, the universe literally aligns to help you. And it's like, okay, here's a negative label, probably because behind this door is negative energy. And it's up to you if you want to fucking take that on and see what happens or not. So that's how. And more than ever nowadays, because I'm just seeing the massive benefits of keeping things swaggy as fuck. Like super fucking light, super fucking easy going. I just skirt. Like, why fuck with it? Doesn't even make sense to me. Like to keep my fucking load light so I can just think about even more swagger shit than be like, oh yeah, it feels awesome. And then like my head, it's like I'm in like this weird whirlwind, weird fucking storm. Like, I don't know about my life. What do I do? Who am I? It's like small shit like that. It just fucks you up. And it's insane how it happens every single day. It's crazy. So your decision is ultimately what dictates your reality. You can get all the feedback in the world that you can't make it. You can't be a pro insert. You can't do this, you can't do that. But then if you fucking just say, fuck all y'all, this is what my heart, my soul tells me to do, and you just go all in, it's almost like at some point everything just works in your favor to make it happen. Especially when you really, really strive. You're literally striving to do everything right to just set you on that course for automatic success. So always keep that in mind. Your perception ultimately defines reality. Just like how the way you have subconscious fears about other races or other nations, etc., define the way you will engage in them, the way you view the world, the label you put on things, whether it's a negative label or a positive label, ultimately define the way your mind will see it. One way of thinking about it is like the label calls upon those energies, right? I guess that's probably why I'm always picky about wording and shit like that, and why I prefer to not put labels on shit, because it ultimately kind of just makes everything really difficult, especially when people put labels on things haphazardly. So think about that. It's all about energy. It's all about energy. It's all about energy. Anyways, hope you guys got something out of this. And as always, swag the fuck out.